You know, just when you think you got things squared away. What is going on, y'all? Jason over here at Cog Hill Farm. And yeah, I said, I'm gonna wait to show you guys this because it's not ready yet. It's not ready yet. And then I said, self, you can't do that. You've got to show the Cog squad because a lot of them are just as invested about this as you are. And so I'm going to show y'all. Look at this. So, well, this one's about to start popping off right here now. This is the American pillar roses that are 3+ years old that I have been working on for quite some time now that you guys know. You know, this rose even sent me to the doctor. Y'all remember I got that thorn in my finger and ended up having to go into the doctor. So I got a love-hate relationship with this rose right here now. But after battling mildew and black spot and terrible soil and whatever else with this thing, it's starting to just take off. And it's not there yet, but look at this. This is it. This is American pillar, and look how gorgeous it is. But there's one thing that this rose has never done or looked like since it's been here, and that is these hot pink blooms. It has never produced, I'm sure it's produced some, but not 95+% of the blooms are have ever been hot pink. I mean, come over here and look, let me show you. Look at this. So what has always happened, and you can see this is where I got it earlier. I've always got powdery mildew. And what it will do is it will attack and get on the bud and the flower, and it will cause the flower to be deformed and not open up properly. And it always, because when you mix white with anything, so when that white powdery mildew took over my buds right here, my roses were always a light pink and they were always deformed looking. They never opened up perfect like American pillar rose is supposed to look like. This is the first time ever. I mean, I've never had this many roses, American pillar roses, look like this. They just never have. Y'all, I am so stoked. What I meant by waiting is you can see all the buds. So this thing is just gonna be just covered in roses. And I was really worried because we had that crazy weather pattern where we had 80-degree weather for 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden in the middle of the week we had back-to-back days in the 20s, and it knocked off a lot of buds. And so I was a little afraid that I may not get, well, one time I thought I wasn't gonna get any roses, but then I started thinking maybe I'll get a few. But you can see how loaded down this is right here. And you can see we're already at the top. Look over here. Look over here. We've never had roses up high like, oh goodness. What in the world? Up high like that. Never had roses that high. So I'm sure you can tell in my voice I'm a little excited. Yes, now this is the one that's always been the worst when it comes to the mildew right here. I don't know why this one. I've got the solution, and it is absolutely working on my mildew issue. Now, I do have a lot of y'all still asking from time to time, what is it that you're using for your mildew issue? It's called Gravix 20. That's what it's called. I got mine off Amazon. Gravix 20. Gravix and the number 20. And it's working. Absolutely. I mean, look at this. Look at this rose here. I know the sun's in this morning time and the sun's right over here in it. Maybe I can get on this side and it'll show up. I mean, this rose is just loaded down with blooms right here. Done with rose talk this morning. Let's go get things started and all right, Holly. Good morning, y'all. How y'all doing this morning? How's everybody doing? Look at them all together. That's something. Yeah, Riska just told Maggie to back off though, but they're still, that's just, Maggie's the bottom of the totem pole in this herding group here. I've come across a little issue that, actually two yesterday, that I'm gonna try to fix today. And one is in the fruit orchard, and the other one's out there with the cows, the cattle. And I just have to get over and show y'all what I'm talking about. Get these horses going this morning. Good morning, buddy. How you doing this morning, How are you doing, sir? Come get your food and stop worrying about Maggie. Now, how's she gonna eat your food way over yonder? She can't. No. She don't have any go-go gadget arms or anything like that now. There you go, girl. There you go. Let's go look at Riska's sore. Make sure it's okay. Good morning, girl. Oh yeah, it's fine. It is fine now, isn't it? Yep. Good deal. Good deal. Don't see anything new. Yeah, we don't see anything new. Make sure Willie didn't get into anything. That's really the first time that I've actually had to treat the horse because of a sore or a scratch or something. Besides when we got Willie. When we first got Willie to the farm, now he was in rough shape now. We had to treat him a good little bit. He didn't have any hair hardly right in here or the other side. And he had big patches of missing hair kind of all up in here and on the other side too. And he was extremely underweight. Very, very, very underweight. And his hooves wasn't great, and he had that real bad limping problem. He's been injured, and it's never gonna go away. And I'll show you why he's eating right here. Y'all see how swollen this is versus that side? So he had an injury at some point in his life right there, and that's what's caused a lot of his issues with his feet and all, and limping and all that kind of good stuff. And that's never gonna go away. That's always gonna be there. But you can see the difference. See it? Yeah. We don't know. We don't know, but I will tell y'all this. He obviously was abused, okay? Without a shadow of a doubt. He was neglected and abused. And, you would think a horse like that, or any animal like that that was neglected or abused, would be angry or mean or, just whatever. Now, Willie, he is the sweetest thing. I mean, the sweetest thing now. Just don't say anybody could have done that, All right. So one new thing did pop up yesterday over here. It was yesterday evening that I've never had to address. And that was, Maggie only gets a pound of food twice a day. So she gets 2 pounds of her feed, okay? Willie and Reska get 3 pounds, plus Willie gets that forage put on his now, and that's a lot of food compared to Maggie. Well, yesterday evening, Willie finished eating before Maggie and Reska, and that's usually not the case. Willie always is usually the last one. And so he came over here, Maggie being the bottom of the totem pole of this herd. He ran Maggie off and started eating her feed, so I had to come over here and, get him to move it on over. We're just gonna stand around over here just for a few minutes and make sure that doesn't happen again over here this morning. Maggie is a slow eater, I will tell y'all that. She is. She was a slow eater when she was over yonder. She's a slow eater over here. And if this becomes a new routine, then we'll move Maggie to the inside of this stall over here and then let her eat on the inside with the gate shut if we have to. Speaking of Maggie, while we're waiting on this to play out over here, I've had a lot of people ask, "Oh, Jason, old son, when you gonna ride Maggie?" Well, I had strict instructions that I was not supposed to ride Maggie while Brooke was gone. Okay. Do I think Maggie is going to do anything dangerous with me on her? Absolutely not. Could something crazy happen with me on her? Sure, could. I mean, I could be riding her and then a group of Harley Davidsons drive by or the music blaring and the loud pipes, and that may be something that scares her and she, jumps or something. I don't think it would, but you know what I'm saying, it could. So I got 2 things I can't do while I'm here by myself now. I can't ride Maggie and I can't get on the ladder, okay? Because I know if I was to ride Maggie, y'all would, rightfully so, turn me in, and I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. But yeah, as soon as Brooke gets back, we're riding Maggie. 100%, I can tell you. As soon as she starts pulling in the driveway, I might be coming here and getting the saddle ready. I'm just kidding. I got to go visit the ladies when they get back. My girls. So far, this is good. And I think Maggie's should be just about through. So that may just been a one-time deal there, I think, here, y'all. All right, see, Maggie's done. Perfect. Look at this thing over here. I mean, we ain't even got started good. And look at this. Got our pup cup over yonder. Yep. Goodness gracious. Good morning, good morning, good morning, pigeons. Y'all see the crown pigeons this morning? Y'all see them wagging that tail? That means back off. We don't want you here. We don't want you near us. Back off. That's one of them laughing doves right there. It ain't funny. Oh, it is funny. They tickle me every time. I don't know what's all in here, y'all. I'm not gonna sit here and explain this to you. Anyways, let me get these guys fed this morning. I just walk slow. I'm walking slow. I'm not gonna mess with y'all. Not at all, okay? Not at all. And they get this special food. It looks like Captain Crunch, but it's not Captain Crunch right there. No. Hey, does that take the skin off the roof of your mouth? Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Y'all, how y'all doing? Top y'all's feed off this morning. What's going on, Sheriff? What's going on, buddy? How's your feed look? Oh, you still got some from yesterday. You still got some from yesterday, brother. Yeah. Speaking of feeding these guys, there seemed to be a little confusion in the last video. Now, I made 2 videos, and the reason why I did part 1 and part 2 was to give everybody an idea of what the morning chores are like and what the evening chores are like. And I'm not for sure if the comments and questions that I saw in the evening chore video, if those people didn't catch the morning chore video, but just in case they didn't, the only animals we feed twice a day are the cows and the horses. That's it. They're the only group of animals that eat 2 times a day. There's some animals that eat in the mornings and don't eat in the evenings. And there's some animals here that eat in the evenings and don't eat in the mornings. I saw some people wanting to know how come I did not feed Nugget that evening. Did I forget about Nugget? No, Nugget was not forgotten about. Nugget got taken care of that morning. His water got filled up that morning, or I say Nugget, this entire pasture. The water got filled up and their feed got topped off. I just topped their feed off this morning. You can see Nugget standing right here. So I didn't forget him, and I didn't forget the geese, and I didn't forget the ducks. Everybody got taken care of. But guarantee you this, 1000%, one thing you can rest assured, and you never have to question, not a single animal here gets less attention than the other one. Not a single animal here gets less feed than the other one. Not a single animal here doesn't get the priority as another one. They're all treated 1000% absolutely equally, and that's something you'll never ever have to worry about. And that way, you know, I don't have to constantly repeat off so much stuff here and there. So just always remember, here on Cog Hill Farm, our animals get the utmost care and attention that any animal could possibly get, or any animal we could possibly give it to. Everybody here is happy and well taken care of. All right, you take care of Loretta and Peaches, and I'll get everybody else. Deal? She ain't gonna help me. Let me show you. Told you. Good morning, y'all. How y'all doing this morning? I ain't told y'all we have hit the 90s the last few days. It has been quite warm, to say the least. And it's only gonna get warmer, and still no rain. 50% chance of rain the other day, and I think we got 0.01 of an inch. Didn't get hardly any. Still dry as a bone out here, y'all. Y'all doing okay, Snow White? You doing okay, girl? Let's let Snow White out. And these girls out this morning. Good morning, Loretta. How you doing, girl? How you doing, girl? You doing all right? You doing all right? Yeah. Y'all ever get that feeling sometimes that you think somebody's just staring at you? I get it some time too. It's just kind of a, I don't know, weird feeling that somebody's just staring right at you. I don't know. All right, everything's taken care of here on the farm this morning. All the morning chores are done. If you missed that video and want to see how we do everything in the mornings, go back a couple of videos and look it up. It's there. It says morning routine. Has that in the title. I can't remember the exact title, but I know it's got morning routine in it. But all that's taken care of, so let's go look at an issue that I'm seeing with, and very unexpected issue that's popped up here. And that is with the cattle curtain. Now, I had some issues because rope pulled out and I had to replace those. But to me, just feels like with this drought, I'm still getting some on me. I'm seeing flies on the cow's back and face, which has never happened before with this cattle curtain. So I put me a glove on, not because I'm promoting the new Michael Jackson biopic that just came out, but I wanted to see, well, that was a close Phoebe. Where was that at? It sounded like it was right next door, didn't it there? Opie. But I'm seeing the oil get on my hands. See, that one's really caked up. I'm starting to wonder if I need to clean these ropes off. This right here is exactly what focus it's not going to. Anyways, it's got a lot of dirt on it. I'm suspecting with this drought that we're going through that it's just getting more dirt on it. And when the cows walk under it, it's not getting on them like it was before. So I'm just gonna clean these off and see if that doesn't help, because I'm seeing flies on their back and face. And that has never happened while I've had this cattle curtain. But you can see all that dirt. Look at that. That's a lot of dirt. I may hit it with a water hose too. I might have to go get another glove, because that is a lot of dirt on this thing. So what I'm thinking is a lot of this dust that we're having because of this lack of rain is kind of coating this, and so when the cows walk under it, it's not actually getting on them like it was before. Last year, this 100%, I say 100%, it stopped majority of the flies on their back and face. All right, fingers crossed, we'll figure this out. We always do. We'll figure it out. Not worried about it in the least. This was just what I thought may be wrong with it, and we'll go on and try to clean it and see if that don't help matters around here. All right, that's what I need, but do I have some already open? That's the good question. And I do, and I don't need that big of a piece. Well, let's see, I see a smaller piece. Yeah, no, but it wasn't smaller. So we're gonna take this one with us, because this is all I need right here. Goodness, what's she talking about over here? What do you say, Peaches? Huh? No, I'm just fixing, I'm not goofing off. I'm just fixing the fruit orchard. We sprung a leak over there, baby. Yup. Trying to save us some money, you know. I'm gonna fix it myself with some scrap parts. Don't even have to buy anything. You don't have to order nothing, buy anything. So no need to slip that petty cash drawer key under the gate. We're good. All right. Good deal. And just remember, more fruit we got, more treats you're gonna get. Okay. I'm just saying. We gotta go by the shop and pick us up something to cut the this hose with, okay? Yeah. That's what I want right there. That's what I want. Here we are. All right, so yesterday or day before yesterday, I cut the water onto the fruit orchard, and I always check it to make sure everything's okay. And everything was not okay. I got a leak right here, a pretty good one at that. You can see this is up, it's torn. Lawnmower, there's no telling. The tractor, could have been anything, came in here and caught this. So that's why I needed that piece of pipe. And actually, I'm gonna need a coupling too. Oh yeah, I forgot a coupling, imagine that. I mean, I can't believe I forgot something. Me, I don't ever forget. So that's a new one. All right, here's my basket with my stuff in it, and I should have got my coupler to start with, but hey, we got it now. Alrighty, now got our pipe here. Good thing about drip irrigation is it is low pressure. It's easy to fix. It's easy to install. I'm going to do some more drip over here in the side garden and the back garden once I get some irons put out in the fire. But it's so simple. So simple. No glue. No nothing. It is just easy, y'all. If you make a mistake, just cut it out and do it again. It's not hard. Also, what's great about it is that it's a low drip, depending on what your emitters are. Mine 2 gallons an hour? I can't remember what mine are now. I have to go back and look. Also, it is very cost efficient, y'all. It really is. And lasts an extremely long time. All right, let's cut this thing on and make sure we don't have any more leaks. And if I fix that one, here we go. That is it right here. And let's cut it on. Got 2 of them here. One goes to the side garden and one's for the fruit orchard. Let it get all the air out and we'll go check it. I can hear the air being pushed out of it. Which is a good sign. Yep, we fixed it. We fixed it. Let's go check the blueberries and see if we got water coming out. This will be an easy one to look at right here. Uh-oh. Sorry about that. See it right there? So that is good. Speaking of blueberries, while I'm over here before we go check those emitters over there, did I lose all my blueberries? Well, you can see we lost a mess of them. We did. We lost a mess of them. I don't think I'm going to get any off this bush. Well, I'll take that back. There's some right there. I stand corrected. But I did see, this one right here's got them. See there? Got blueberries on this one. Not as many as we would have, but we do got blueberries on this one. This one's just slap loaded though. Look at this. This one is slap loaded. You can see that we did get some frost damage on the apple trees, but look at all the apples. I'm not gonna do it today, but I'm gonna come through and start thinning these apples out and not have that's 6 apples in one little spot. And they'll just stay really tiny. If you want the big, juicy, delicious apples, you want to thin those out. And that's what I'm going to do. But this tree, even though I got all this frost damage, you can see it loaded down with apples. Also, I got lots of Asian pears here too. And I didn't have many Asian pears at all last year. But this year, I see a good many. And this is one of my most favorite fruits out there. I absolutely love Asian pears. Love them. If you like pears and you like apples, you'll love Asian pears because it's kind of like a combination of the two. Good thing about Asian pears is that it's really great to use in salads because they don't brown on you when you cut them up. If you never have an Asian pear, next time you're at your farmer's market, I wouldn't get any from the grocery store. I don't trust them. But next time you're at your farmer's market and you know someone that they grew them, there's a big difference between homegrown Asian pears and the ones you get at the grocery store, or big box store, I should say. Get one and try it. You'll love it. I'm telling you, if you love pears and apples, you'll love an Asian pear. So we're wanting to go, gosh, at the apples on this tree. Jiminy crickets. Got to thin this one out too. Goodness gracious, I'm gonna have more apples, y'all. Whew, but you can see I got that crazy frost got me. It did, but we're gonna be all right. All right, I'm looking on this one. This is my European pear. This is Moon Glow. Gosh, I can't remember. That's why I take notes, but I never look at my notes. But let's check this one. This one will be easy to check while I'm standing here. I'm looking to see if my drip's working down here or not, but it's down in there. But you can see, if you look right there, see, we got water coming on out of this thing. And again, this is low pressure right there. See it? Now you can see it. There it goes. Got a little more air in it, but that's okay. But you can see that low pressure right there, which is exactly what we want. This is the best my European pears have ever looked. I don't see any fruit on them. This is my other European pear. I got 2 of them. I don't remember what this one is either. And I don't see any fruit on this one. I may not have fruit this year. This is the first time. Let's see here. I'm trying to think how old these are. I had to replant them, so they're not original. Matter of fact, been replanted more than once. And that's what I had a third one down here. I had a hard time getting some European pears going, but they're going now. Oh! I spoke too soon. Y'all, look, my first European pear ever on the farm. That may be all I get. That's kind of how my Asian pears did. I didn't get many the first year or two, but y'all see how many I got now. I'm gonna baby these 2. Now, typically I would cut one and leave one, and that way I'd have a bigger pear, but since I only got 2 on this tree, nope, not gonna do that. We're gonna baby these. Maybe I can keep them alive. Oh my gracious. That makes me want to double check this tree now. Make sure I did not miss any. I am floored. I just knew I wasn't gonna have any European pears. European pear is your typical normal pear. Like when you think of a pear, that's what you think of. Right now, I don't see any. When I come and trim this up some, I may see some. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna walk on the other side. I cannot believe I got European pears, y'all. 4 years of me trying. 4 years of me trying. You talk about a day full of surprises. Oh my gracious. Look at that. Aren't they beautiful? Well, I was going to surprise y'all this morning showing you the roses, and I got myself a surprise this afternoon. Wow. I was not expecting that at all. I can promise you. Not at all. Y'all, I think it fixed it. Look at there. I think it fixed it. And look at Matilda's back. I don't see a single fly. Just needed to be cleaned right there. That's all, need to be clean. Also, there's no flies on Moody's horns. This morning he had flies on his horns, and I don't see any on his back. I see one or two trying to land on Mildred there, but hot dog. That just makes me happy right there now, y'all. Yes, it does. Well, y'all, I wanted to show y'all Mr. Lieutenant Dan before we signed off and tell y'all thank you so much for hanging out with me today and, you know, being the best company I could have while Brooke and Mary Carl are away this week. Right, buddy? Yeah. Thank y'all. Hope you enjoyed the videos this week. I know they've been a little different than normal, but I appreciate y'all. Lieutenant Dan says y'all be good and have the best day ever, right, buddy?
This is Cog Hill Farm. Watch the different things we do. We love our animals and we show them all to you. Jason's orchard is fried.